Welcome to Fast and Curious.
We're here today at Beast with the Cars and Coffee event with Mr. Shmee 150, one of the most well-known YouTubers and influencers among the car enthusiasts. He has built an amazing community where he promotes supercars, road trips, and his amazing growing car collection.
So firstly, we wanted to ask you, what are you most excited about the Cars and Coffee event here?
Well, today I have been very lucky to drive here in a Lamborghini Cam, which is a particularly special model. There are not a lot of them. It's a very expensive Lamborghini, very rare. It's one of what they call the few-off series. So they build in very small numbers, sometimes 3 cars, in this case 63 cars, always the latest in technology, trying things, but at that very high end of bespoke. So every car is different, always a different specification. Yeah. And let's just say it's not every day that you get invited to drive such a car. So it's a huge thank you to the owner of this for the opportunity. What's so cool is that most of these cars, collectors just put in a garage and it's like a museum piece. It will never drive, it will never go anywhere. Yeah. So any event where somebody brings one along is like, to me, it's the best, the absolute best. But I've always loved the thrill of traveling, road trips, going to new places, discovering new things. So, this is all part of it. Coming here today it's somewhere, if you'd asked me a few years ago, I never thought I would be here with the cars that are here, meeting people that are here, but what an opportunity, so it's amazing.
And how young did you happen to get into these cars? What made you so passionate about them?
I have pictures of me when I'm about this tall, playing with little cars and things. I think it's something that's in your blood. I loved playing with little toy cars on the car mat and that kind of thing. And my dad was into cars, obviously. And so it gave me this drive that I wanted to be part of that world, whatever it took. And so when I was in my teenage years and then young 20s, I was running around to every car event, always with a camera. And it's funny because, of course, you all know all the social media platforms now, but certainly when I was younger, they didn't exist. I started uploading videos. I started uploading daily videos on YouTube before Instagram had launched.
Did you know you're going to go into this? Was your building your career in this hard? Or what challenges did you encounter? And what tips do you have for people who are also going for this passion?
So it's really interesting because I actually did a talk a couple of months ago at my old school where I talked about preparing for careers that don't yet exist. And I say that because at the time I finished school at 18, YouTube didn't exist. I actually joined YouTube in the first year it became, that it was launched. And that was when I left school, the year that I left, the month that I left school. And it's fascinating to think now what's coming in future. But, I think like anything in life, and this goes to your question, if you really enjoy something, it drives you to work hard at it. Yeah. So for me, I loved cars, I loved cameras, I loved this growing world of these social media platforms. And it was how could that come together and be one thing, and ultimately creating videos and going car spotting, as you mentioned. I would come to an event like this and stand on the street with my camera and make video clips. I never had any idea that could become a business with employees, with everything that we're doing now.
I also have another question, which is a little bit more light, I guess. If you were to keep only one car from your amazing collection, which one would it be and why?
So I have a very default answer to this. Okay. I have a car called the Ford GT, and I love a car with a story. I like a reason behind it, not just that somebody built it to please shareholders and make lots of money. The car was built because somebody passionately decided we're going to do this, whatever it takes. And there's a very famous story from back in the 1960s where effectively Henry Ford from the US tried to buy Ferrari, went to Enzo Ferrari and said, we want to buy the company. And basically Enzo said no. So as a result, Ford went and built a race car to beat Ferrari. There was a very famous race at 24 Hours of Le Mans back in 1966 where Ford were victorious in the race. 50 years later, in 2016, Ferrari, again being very successful, Ford went back with a new car inspired by the original to go and do it again. And they sold a very small number of customer cars, and I was lucky to get one of those.
So would you say you have any car that represents your personality? Is this the one, or?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Because cars do often represent personalities. Something like a Lamborghini is very bold. It's a very big statement. The car that I came with to Romania 2 years ago is a Mercedes, a very special Mercedes that can set lap records. It's incredibly fast on a racetrack. Because it's a Mercedes, it's very usable. You can take it on road trips. So I think that's quite me because it's It's like I like adventure, I like journeys, I like traveling a long distance. I drive a lot every year, probably more than 100,000 kilometers a year driving. But it also can then turn up at an event, be very cool. It can go to a racetrack, it can be very fast.
Your name is Tim Burton, right?
Yes.
Tim Burton is also a very famous director. He has made many movies. Have you watched one? And if so, which one is your favorite?
So, funny story for you. Literally a month ago, I went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, where he recently got a star. So I have a very cheesy photo of me standing next to the Tim Burton star in Hollywood, which is fantastic. It's funny because, you know, whenever I make a hotel reservation or a restaurant booking or something, you see the look of disappointment on their face when you arrive and it's not the other Tim Burton. Obviously, you know, the most famous are things like Batman back in the 80s. I was born in the 80s as well, so it's a lot of people I'm like, well, no, I didn't direct a movie when I was, you know, lying in a crib.
So thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching. We hope you have the best time there at the Cars and Coffee event and
in Romania.
Romania.
Fantastic.
We just can't wait to have you back in our school.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.